A former Celtic hero says Martin O'Neill has a secret weapon in this title race that Hearts and Rangers simply cannot match. We've also got a major summer transfer story developing, the Dundee manager firing a warning shot ahead of Sunday's game, and a lovely story off the pitch involving one of the Celtic squad. Let's get into it, but first make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. With 7 league games left and Hearts sitting 5 points clear at the top, Celtic's title hopes are hanging by a thread. But former Aston Villa and England midfielder Gareth Barry, who played under Martin O'Neill at Villa, believes his former manager holds a key advantage that the other two sides in this title race simply cannot replicate. Barry knows exactly how O'Neill works. He saw it up close during their time together at Aston Villa, and the message he is delivering now is a confident one. He believes O'Neill's experience and man management ability gives Celtic a genuine edge when it matters most. The gap has not come from one bad day. It has built gradually across a season where Celtic have looked sharp one week and completely flat the next. Away form in particular has been a real issue, dropping points in games they should have won. That inconsistency is exactly what O'Neill has been tasked with fixing since coming in. Barry told Herald Scotland, "You look at the business end of the season, and the players and sometimes the manager that's been there before just swing it in your advantage. Celtic, I'm not surprised by the bounce they had with Martin because I know the way he manages. He'll come in and bring the confidence back to everyone and get a team that's settled rather than make loads of changes, get everyone in their right positions and just simplify things. I wouldn't be surprised if they finish strongly and nick it from the other two. The experience he's got there, been there and done it, will give him a little edge over the other two managers." That is a bold statement. Barry is not just saying Celtic might finish well, he is saying O'Neill's experience in high-pressure title races gives him a real advantage over the Hearts and Rangers managers. Hearts have been steady and disciplined all season, but they have not been in this position with this kind of pressure bearing down on them before. O'Neill has been in it many times. That experience matters. If Celtic are going to pull this off, it has to start at Dens Park on Sunday. Now for the main story, as Celtic have been told they must spend big in the summer transfer window regardless of whether they qualify for the Champions League, with fan discontent growing rapidly and reaching a level the board simply cannot ignore. Transfer correspondent Pete O'Rourke reported this week that supporters have reached a boiling point after a turbulent season that included Brendan Rodgers' exit, Wilfried Nancy's failure, and a series of poor transfer decisions that have left the squad badly short of quality. The gap between what Celtic fans expect and what the board has delivered has rarely felt this wide. The numbers tell the story. In the 2025 to 2026 summer window, the fees Celtic paid for new players were tiny. Tunekti came in for £5.2 million, Balikwisha for £4.5 million, Yamada for £1.5 million, Nygren for £1.7 million, and Inamura for just £250,000, a combined total that would not even cover one decent signing at most championship clubs in England. O'Rourke said on the Football Insider podcast, "Celtic's fans are obviously unhappy. They've been disappointed with the lack of activity in the last few transfer windows, selling their best players and not replacing them. Wherever Celtic find themselves this summer, they're going to have to dip into their pockets and make some signings, because the squad just isn't good enough right now. That's shown in where they find themselves in the league, in third place behind Hearts and Rangers." Champions League qualification also has a direct impact on what Celtic can do in the market. Both Celtic and Rangers are reportedly tracking Motherwell's Elijah Just, the 25-year-old New Zealand international who has racked up 7 goals and 6 assists this season. According to Football Insider, Just's choice of club this summer will be heavily influenced by which side secures European football at the highest level. The pressure on Celtic to finish top 2 has never been higher. In other news, a major transfer development is building around Sheffield United striker Tyrese Campbell, with Celtic keeping a very close eye on his situation as the summer window approaches. Campbell has just under a year left on his contract at Bramall Lane, and that fact alone is now shaping conversations around his future. Sheffield United manager Chris Wilder has spoken about the situation, and while he is not closing any doors, his words leave just enough of a gap for interested clubs to take note. Wilder told Record Sport, "He's under contract, those discussions that will be going on, and if he's with us, then I will be demanding. I won't be asking. There'll be no shortcuts for anybody. But getting Ty back up to the levels in the season that he had last season will be key. And if I do, and we do, then we've got a really good player on our hands, but the future will take care of itself. That final line is the one that stands out. The future will take care of itself. That is not the language of a manager who is confident a player is about to sign a new deal. It sounds like a manager who is leaving the door open for others. This season, Campbell has not hit the heights of his previous campaign. Goals have been hard to come by, and he has drifted in and out of the team without ever nailing down his place. That makes Sheffield United's position much harder in the summer. It is difficult to push a player towards a new contract when the form has not been there to back it up. For Celtic, who desperately need a genuine striker after a season where loan signings have failed to convince, Campbell could be a smart piece of business. He offers pace, physicality, and the ability to stretch defences. Whether Champions League football proves the deciding factor in any conversation remains to be seen, but Celtic need to be in that conversation from the very start. Lastly, away from all the pressure and tension of the title race, there is a genuinely lovely story involving Celtic midfielder Luke Macauan. Macauan has had a tough season on the pitch, there is no getting around it. 1 goal and 1 assist in 26 league appearances is well below what is expected from a midfield player at this club. He has been used in different roles, asked to press, cover ground, and fill gaps without always getting the recognition that kind of work deserves. The final numbers have not done him justice, but the effort has been there every week. Away from football, though, he has done something truly impressive. Macauan backed an appeal for Ardgowan Hospice and helped drive a fundraising effort that has now reached £100,000. That is a remarkable total and a real reflection of how many people got behind the cause when a prominent face in the community put his name to it. He said to the Greenock Telegraph, "A huge thank you for all the support and donations shown to Ardgowan Hospice. There's been £100,000 raised, which is an incredible amount of money. Any further donations or support shown to the hospice will be greatly appreciated." Hospice care is one of those things that most people only encounter during the hardest moments of their lives. The work those teams do day in and day out, caring for people and their families through incredibly difficult times, deserves as much support as it can possibly get. £100,000 raised because a footballer decided to use his platform for something genuinely meaningful. That is something worth sitting with. Whatever happens for Macauan between now and the end of the season, today is a reminder that there is a lot more to these players than what happens on a football pitch. A brilliant gesture from him. That's all the latest Celtic news for today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Hail, hail.